It's time for The Frangie Show on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, we welcome you into Victory Tuesday, as it were. Glad you're along for the ride. Our friends at the Nimnick family of dealerships sponsor all of our Tuesdays. Frank, Frangie, Hayes, Carline, JJ LaSelva from our brand new digs.
How about this?
How about the digs? We got the new digs is what we got.
Impressive.
I kind of like these digs.
I do too. I feel like
Nice
it's
new building.
like we just got aboard the Millennium Falcon here.
Yeah, we did.
And we're getting ready to go to, I don't know, fight crime, I guess.
JJ looks like he's like an astronaut in there, doesn't he?
He does.
Can you see JJ?
I can.
I can. I can see a little bit of
You barely
JJ.
see him, so.
Yeah.
So if he
Well,
wants to
just know I look fabulous.
If you, I can see him clear, but if he wants to give you a dirty look,
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
I enjoy that we can look out the window and see
we got windows.
nature.
It's great nature. I mean, you don't get nature every day, for God's sake.
We haven't got nature in 8 years.
We got nature. I mean, there's. That's perfect. We got nature.
We do have nature.
Oh my God, it's hard to beat. You give me a little nature in a day. I've had a good day. So there's that. My voice is coming back. It was shot.
How could it not be? What a game.
It was shot. You'll hear. We're gonna play maybe a few of those.
I want to hear. I got to hear the pick six, and I've got to hear the stumble.
The Trevor. Yeah. I lost my mind. Yeah. Sometimes too. By the way, I have not heard either one of them. I have not.
Yeah.
I hear they're all around.
Yeah.
But
I'm looking forward to it. I haven't.
I've not heard either one of them.
I've been saving.
Yeah.
Saving it for the Frangie show.
But I know I've heard a lot of really nice notes about it. So thank you if you're one of the folks that sent those. They were very kind. So, but I have not heard it. So we'll hear it coming up. But what a game for them last night. What a fantastic win. I mean, today we'll be all listen. We got a lot of things that are going on in the world of sports. FSU Miami played a game. Florida won a game. There's a lot of things to get to around the NFL. Baseball's postseason is off and running. There's all kind of stuff going on, but today's about the Jaguars. Today's about a Victory Tuesday, and we may touch on the other stuff a little bit. We probably will as the show goes along. Jeff Danzler will join me, so we'll talk SEC football with him. But today's about, and I got so many thoughts about what happened in that game last night. I thought of the time I've worked with you. Serious comment. Of the time I've worked with you and watched you kind of graduate like I did from a sports writing career, but like I did at first, continue on the sports writing thing. I thought your column today was the best I've read. Did you?
Oh, thanks so much. I appreciate
that.
that.
The best one, and that's a high bar because I like a lot of your columns.
That means a lot. I appreciate it.
But I thought that column, if you haven't read Hayes' column today, I thought you captured what the story was, and the story was, in my mind, that was a coming of age for Trevor Lawrence. That's what it was. That was a coming of age, and you did a good lot of you highlighted the, at times not great Trevor in the game, but I thought, well, there's so many storylines to that game. Devin Lloyd's becoming he's got 4 interceptions. How many is he planning on getting, by the way?
I mean,
look, it's only 5. Are you get 10, 12? What are you trying to do? What's your plan here?
It's incredible the pace he's on.
It really is.
I mean, and again, to have Mahomes say they got me.
Yeah.
They did something against Cincinnati that I thought we could take advantage of, and they showed what coverage they utilized against the Bengals that Jamar Chase was able to beat, and they gave us something different out of the same look. So massive credit to Devin Lloyd and defensive coordinator Anthony Campanile. But what about that throw Trevor made to BTJ? I mean, that's high on the list of best throws he's made as a Jaguar.
Might have been as good a throw as he's made as a Jaguar. And he followed it up with a throw that wasn't as difficult, obviously, but the long out to De'Ami Brown, a play or two later, was a dime, man. Mm-hmm. I thought those 2 throws, I really did. I thought those 2 throws were about as magical as anything. I mean, it was a Trevor Lawrence coming out party. And let me tell you, and I love the fact that he said it. I think he said this with Scott Van Pelt afterwards, that Trevor's a really good runner. I remember one of the championship games, Ohio State, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Had like the 50, 60-yard run, and he outran everybody. Well, I think he said last night, look, I'm going to try and do more of that. That's going to be part of what I do. And I love that because I think it's important. It's important. It really is, Hayes. It's an important thing for him to do. I think it's a big deal. And that was a coming out party for Trevor.
He led him in rushing, 10 carries, 54 yards, 5.4 average, and obviously 2 touchdowns. Unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, the 2 quarterbacks were the leading rushers in the game.
Amazing, which that isn't so much of a surprise for the Chiefs this year.
Because he's been their leading rusher. Yeah.
Correct, but for the Jaguars, it was, I don't know about pleasant surprise. I don't know if it's the way they drew it up, but you have to adapt. And man, Liam Cohen has it going. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like any button he presses right now is the right one. And look, they have the best record in the NFL. I mean, it's amazing there aren't any undefeated teams after just 5 weeks, but no one has a better record than 4-1, and that's what the Jaguars have.
Yeah, the reality is here's who they are. They are one bad pass interference call from being the only undefeated team in the league. That's reality. Now, maybe some of the other one-loss teams can point to one, too. I will say this. I'm going to get to this later in the program. I'm not going to dwell on it now. But I will tell you this. Officiating's hard. And if you don't think it's hard, you're not paying attention because it is hard. But, Hayes, we have to have – they've done such a good job of trying to figure out the whole officiating thing, and they really have. They've worked hard at it. But at some point, they have to build in some sort of a portal of some sort, a mechanism of some sort to address egregious misses. I know they tried it a few years ago when the Rams-Saints game. They had the bad missed pass interference. So then they said, we'll make pass interference reviewable, and that was a disaster. So that it can't be that black and white. But of all the pick play, I thought was a pick play, but I didn't know the rule. And the rule is you can do it 1 yard downfield. If you're within 1 yard of the line of scrimmage, and that's why if you saw both Mahomes and Juju Smith-Schuster and all of them ran over there with their one finger in the air, they were saying, hey, it was only 1 yard, only 1 yard. And I think the officials went back, and if that's the rule, which I think it is, they got it right. It looked like the most blatant pick play of all time, didn't it? Mm-hmm. But I think they got the rule right, Hayes. I think if that's the rule, they got it right. So, but the one on the Trevor interception where Parker Washington got walloped, we can't continue to allow that. And no one tried to miss it, by the way. I don't think officials said, well, they're the Chiefs, so we want to take care of the Chiefs, so we're not going to throw our flag. I don't believe that. But you can't have a sport where one that blatant, where everybody that watched it's embarrassed for the refs, and there's no mechanism to fix it. They've done a really good job with coming. Even the video assist is a good mechanism where you don't have to go under the hood. You just say, no, that's not where the ball was. We have to come up with some mechanism to change one that's that blatant. I mean, you heard everybody that saw it. Everybody that saw it said, that is a flaw. That's a flaw in how the NFL is conducted. And again, they've fixed a lot of those flaws. They really have. But that is a flaw in how the NFL is conducted to not have a mechanism to correct that. That was as egregiously bad, I think, as any I've ever seen. I really believe that.
Well, and imagine if the Chiefs had won the game, what the storyline would be for the league today. It would be a bad day for the league because you're already talking about an organization in the Chiefs that a lot of the public feels already get the calls. And so now you're seeing something that obviously is dramatically affecting the outcome of a game. So, yeah, I mean, I think the mechanism is just continue what you've been doing with the eye in the sky, where they, just immediately radio down and say, hey, this is incomplete, or that's a catch, or that they've got 12 men on the field, whatever it is. But they've got to apply it to that, because this is an instance where, it doesn't have to take a lot of time, but somebody up in the booth could have easily said, we've got a penalty here. We've got a pass interference that needs to be applied.
And we have to get to where we do that. I mean, and there's no getting around that now. We now have to be able to do that. I think the credibility of the league kind of hangs in the balance if we don't. I'm not trying to be drama queen here, but I really believe it does, Hayes. I think you can't have that. So many good things to talk about. When we come back, we'll talk some Jaguar football. Bottom of the hour, we will have a Duval County Scholar athlete. Jeff Dantzler joins us to talk SEC. We will get to the Gators in Texas. We will get to FSU in Miami. But today's about a fantastic Victory Tuesday and the Jaguars stepping up. I'll give you all my thoughts on why it happened, where the Jags are. Hayes will do the same. Glad you're with us on a Nimnik Tuesday. It's 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show. From the Harrell and Harrell studio, don't settle for less than you deserve.
Hey there, Frank Frangie here. The buzz about topdressing.com on our airwaves has me excited. Well, they're now in Jacksonville, turning St. Augustine grass into golf course lushness. Look, I'm a passionate golfer. I know better aeration, that envy-worthy green, white glove care, detailed, tailored for me at Jacksonville Golf and Country Club. process is going to begin shortly, and they say they can do it in a day. Look, I can't wait. Go to topdressing.com now. Top dress your lawn like the pros with topdressing.com today.
It's a snapshot in time.
Unbelievable concentration.
But in the end, there's always a play that stood out.
And there's the biggest play of the day.
Listen for the performance painting high-performance play of the game on 1010XL.
This is Hayes Carlion for Harrell and Harrell. I was at lunch with my good friend Holt, and he was telling me that sometimes a lawyer can get more from a case than their own client. I was surprised to hear this, but Holt said that doesn't happen with Harrell and Harrell. They'll never take a fee that is greater than their own client. When they say they treat their clients as a person and not a file, they mean it. Hopefully you won't need them, but if you're ever injured, call Harrell and Harrell at 904-251-1111. That's 904-251-1111.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through October 31st. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. I'm Max Fink, and I'm your Gator Updater. Listen for the Gator Report several times a week on 1010XL.
Freshened up by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Go, Gator! Guys, don't suffer through this season with prostate, bladder, or kidney issues. Ackerman Urology has 4 convenient locations with advanced urological care to improve your health and vitality. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jax, so we gotta play like the experts we are. Now, who are we?
Roland Reach Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like.
Customers always win with Roland Reach Plumbing at plumberinjax.com.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, visit AA Automotive on Richard Street. For oil changes to complex repairs, AA Automotive is a full-service repair shop for personal and commercial fleet vehicles. Trust AA to keep your ride running A-OK.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your National Builder of the Year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
How do you know that your roof is ready for the next big storm? You don't. That's why you need to call me. I'm Ronnie, the owner of Brandon Roofing. We'll assess your roof and fix those issues before they become storm disasters. Visit BrandonRoofing.com today to schedule your free roofing quote.
License number CCC 1328006.
Jacksonville's building a fence along the goal line. This is the Superior Fence and Rail Defensive Player of the Game. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
Devin Lloyd was masterful in the Sunshine State versus Kansas City. The Jacksonville linebacker tallied 2 tackles on Monday night to go along with an interception, which he'd returned for a touchdown. He was the kid with his act down pat. Number 0 was yet again a hero, and he's your Superior Fence and Rail's defensive player of the game.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then, strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Introducing the Jags Stack at Firehouse Subs. A sub so bold, we had to name it after the team that roars. Packed with protein and made to satisfy a football-sized appetite. It's stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef. Topped with provolone fresh veggies and our new Duval drizzle. Order the new Jags Stack in the app right now. Available for a limited time at participating Jacksonville Firehouse Subs restaurants. The hottest subs in Duval!
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Nimnik Tuesday on The Frangie Show.
Nimnicht, your friends in the car business since 1941.
We do thank our friends from the Nimnicht family of dealerships. They do a fantastic job. I love my friends at Nimnicht. Been a sponsor of this program for a long time, and I'm proud to tell you that. The Nimnicht family of dealerships, 2 great locations. Nimnicht Chevrolet is located on Cassett Avenue near Park, and Nimnicht Buick GMC is located on Phillips Highway. We sure appreciate our friends from the Nimnicht family of dealerships. All right, there are a number of good big plays last night. I haven't heard these calls, but I'm going to play 2 of them for you because they're the 2 that I thought were the most dramatic of the game. The Chiefs were driving, about to score, when Devin Lloyd picked the ball off at the 1-yard line, and it went like this.
Dropping his Mahomes. Fires middle of the field. Ball's intercepted. The ball is picked off. Are you kidding me? Devin Lloyd bringing it back again. Along the left sideline. 50, 45, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. 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 Devin Lloyd with the length of the field. Yet another interception. Jacksonville is taking the lead. How good is that?
Well
done.
That's how it sounded.
That's awesome.
The guy was kind of yelling, I guess, wasn't he? A little bit.
Yeah,
the guy was yelling.
that's great.
So.
That's what it's supposed to sound like.
Yeah, and that was an exciting play. And Devin Lloyd, by the way, like you said, read the quarterback's eyes, read the center, I think is what he said, and that's what made him, rather than blitz, drop. And Mahomes, to your point, said after the game, look, they knew what we were going to do. They had us coached up a little bit. That's on Anthony, or that's credit to Anthony Campanile. So.
Yeah, those guys don't get fooled very often.
No, they really don't. That's kind of the thing. They don't get fooled very often, and they did on that one. All right, and then of course the game winner at the end of the game. I'm still not sure how it happened. Trevor dropped back, fell down, got up, fell down, and then ran in the winning score, and it sounded like this.
Trevor under center. He slipped and he fell down. Trevor fell down on the play. Now he's going to try and run it in. He's in the end zone. Touchdown. Trevor ran it in. He ran it in. Touchdown. He got up. He fell down. There's a flag in the end zone. It's against Kansas City. Trevor Lawrence ran it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
That's awesome.
And my wife wanted to know why I couldn't talk when I got home. I couldn't talk. Well, maybe that's why.
That's why.
Oh my goodness! But that was a lot of fun.
That's
last night.
amazing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun last night, and so the Jaguars with some fun plays at the end of the game and win the game. 2 or 3 things that really jumped off the page for me, and I'll get to all of them quickly. And then we'll take a break and come back and say hello to our Duval County scholar athlete. Number 1. This is a team that thinks they can win every game. They think they can get into the ring with Tyson and win. That's the hardest challenge. Is do you think you can get into the ring with Tyson and not get knocked out? Well, this team is clear. They've just on back-to-back weeks. I think they just beat teams with a total of 8 Super Bowls. By the way, now I know it doesn't matter what Len Dawson and Joe Montana did, but heritage does matter. These are 2 teams, including 2 of the last 3, by the way, and it's 2 teams with about as heritage as you get in this NFL. Old heritage, new heritage with the Chiefs, and so they didn't back down. This is a team that doesn't believe someone can beat them. Okay,
you just beat Shanahan and Reed.
That's exactly right. Back to back,
yeah.
You beat Shanahan and Reed. And Mahomes was one of the quarterbacks you beat. That's A. B. It was a coming of age for Trevor Lawrence. There's no question it was a coming of age. Trevor took over the game numerous times, Hayes, as a runner. How many times did he make a play with his feet when it looked like the drive was dead? 3, 4 times over the course of the game. Then on the last drive, you said it, the throw to Brian Thomas Jr., one of the great throws he'll ever make, and then the throw to De'Ami Brown afterward, and then, of course, he ran in the touchdown at the end of the game. So I think it was a coming of age for Trevor Lawrence. Number 1, they felt like they can line up and they're not going to back down, overcoming the adversity. Number 2, a coming of age for Trevor Lawrence. Number 3, no one's talking about this. This ridiculous offensive line. Nobody's touching Trevor. I mean, 2 weeks ago he never got hit. I mean, no, last day he got hit a little bit. I mean, when's the last time he got sacked? I mean, you think about it. This offensive line, which was not good in the past, it's amazing to me how well this group has played. No one's talking about the line right now, but boy, they ought to be talking about this line because for me right now, Sean Surratt's group. What a coach he must be, and I've heard he's really good. What a job he has done. So number 3 for me is this offensive line is opening holes. Trevor's had a clean pocket for 5 games, Hayes. He's had a clean pocket almost the whole season, it feels like, so far. That's a big part of it. And the other part of it, obviously, is Anthony Campanile. He is coming up with ideas. He knows what fits this defense. He knows what fits his defensive backs. His defensive backs are better watching the quarterback in zone than trying to run man-to-man, so that's what they do. He knows when to use Travis Hunter, when not to. What he's done with Devin Lloyd. And remember now, Campanile is a linebackers coach by trade. I can tell you he spends a lot of time in the linebacker room. What a difference he's made. Devin Lloyd, God bless him, who's a wonderful guy, very respected, is a guy that had rounded into not a very good player. And for whatever reason, or certainly not a very productive player. I shouldn't say not good. So not a very productive player, and he's evolved into one of the best linebackers in the league. So for me, they didn't back down. They're not afraid. It's a coming of age for Trevor Lawrence. That is very, very clear. The offensive line that nobody's talking about, they ought to be talking about because it's great. And what Campanile's done with that defense, all under the direction of Liam Cohen, who's one of the bright young coaches in the league. I know it's only 5 games. But it's 5 games.
That's a lot now.
But it's 5 games. It's not one
You're talking
game.
30% of your season.
Yeah, it's 5 games, and it's clear there's no more Frank being a homer, Hayes being a homer. We're a bunch of Jacksonville guys that don't. It's clear they have a very good football team, not a pretty good team.
This is the hard stretch.
That's right. It's a very good football team.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you looked at these 4 games, they're halfway through it, and they're 2-0. Massive challenge Sunday at home against Seattle, and we'll break that one down throughout the week. And then you go to London to play McVay and the Rams, and obviously that's going to be a personal one for the Jaguars with their connections to that organization. So that's a big challenge. But I think most people would have thought 2-2 through those 4, and you feel pretty good about things. Well, they've already got that. They're locked into that, and it really is amazing. A lot of the numbers aren't great. They're not good on third down, offensively or defensively. They're 22nd offensively on third down at 38.1%. They're 30th on third down defensively at 47%. But it doesn't matter because they're doing the things that you have to do. They're leading the league in takeaways still. They're with 14. They're +8, which leads the NFL. To your point about the offensive line, they're 5th in rushing and they're 5th in sacks allowed percentage. So when you're top 5 in those 2 numbers offensively, you're making your quarterback very comfortable. And you're keeping the opponent off balance because everything is available to you as a play caller. And again, you looked at what the Chiefs did last night. Really it was the Devin Lloyd interception ruined what basically was a kind of a perfect game for the Chiefs. Mahomes never got sacked, and that was the only turnover of the game. Kansas City averaged 7.6 yards per play last night. They had 63 plays for 476 yards. But when you take away the pick 6, when you take away that 99 yards away from the Chiefs total, which you have to, well, now they're at 377 yards on 63 plays. That's 6 yards per play. Well, when you're going up against Kansas City, you can live with that. So, and it takes them from 28 points, obviously, down to a net of 21 as an offense. You can certainly live with that when you play Kansas City. So there's a little bit of magic to this, but they're doing some basic things in football that if you do, you will win. They're running the ball, they're protecting the quarterback, and they are turning the opponent over. And so far, that is held up through each of the 5 games. And if it continues, yeah, I mean, look, they're 4-1 for the first time since 2007. They've been 4-1 on 4 previous occasions. They've won at least 11 games in every one of those seasons. And the way the schedule starts to lighten up after the bye, I mean, this is a team that still plays the Raiders and the Cardinals and the Jets and 2 games against the Titans. So you've already got 4 wins. You've got 5 still on your schedule that you're going to be a sizable favorite in, assuming the injury attrition doesn't get lopsided. They're in impeccable shape through 5 games. And again, I think they're only going to continue to get better because we saw it last year with Liam Cohen's offense in Tampa Bay. They were much better the second half of the season than they were the first half.
There are 8 teams in the NFL that have 1 loss. There are 24 teams in the NFL that have more than one loss. It's an amazing start they're off to. They've proven who they are. They've proven they're legit, and I do think it's only going to get better. I really believe that. And look, they were down their center last night, who's a big part at the end of the game. They were down Trayvon Walker, one of their best players last night. They lost Brenton Strange, who's such an important part of what they do, on the first drive of the game.
Yeah, sad to see him go on IR. Hopefully it's just 4 games.
And it is sad because he's a very important part of their offense. They lost important guys and continue to power through it all. That's what this team is. That's who they, I think, will continue to be. And it was a great night. I'm telling you, it was a great
Mannheim.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, James Gladstone in the 7th round.
Yeah.
I mean, don't bet against him.
And I was told, and by the way, speaking of the 7th round, did you go back and watch on that winning drive some of the blitz pickups from LaQuinn
Allen's unbelievable.
I mean,
he's going to play in this league until he's 33.
I mean, the blitz, if you're the kind of person who goes back and does that, go look at those blitz pickups from LaQuinn Allen. You can't imagine how he's hitting linebackers hitting Nick Bolton in the mouth, man. I hit Drew Tranquil in the mouth when they're blitzing. It's really amazing how well he's playing. So more Jaguar talk coming up. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll say hello to our Duval County Scholar athlete. After this, stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Frank Frangie here. When you need plumbing, septic, or air conditioning service, trust matters. That's why more homeowners in Jacksonville choose Duck Duck Rooter, the area's most trusted service company. They're licensed, insured, and the only master septic contractor in Northeast Florida. From small plumbing repairs to major renovations and full air conditioning service, they do it all. And with Duck Duck, it's done right. Call 904-862-6769 or visit DuckDuckRooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter. If the Jags trust Duck Duck Rooter, so can you.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. From GFL, Green for Life.
Frank Frangie here for my friend and insurance agent Craig Dewhurst. Craig has been helping families on the First Coast with their insurance needs for 25 years as your good neighbor and local State Farm agent. Now's a great time to review your insurance policies, whether you need auto, homeowners, or renter's insurance, or insurance for your golf cart, boat, or jet skis. Craig handles all of my family's insurance needs, and even better, he gives back to the community. Call Craig today at 904-940-9740. That's 904-940-9740.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Jacksonville, you voted, and Baker Glass came out on top. The Bold City Best Awards are all about locals choosing their favorites, and you picked them for Best Auto Glass and Best Glass and Mirror Service.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Hi, I'm Amber Frangie. You know that other Frangie? Well, he's my dad. But I'm here to tell you about how much I appreciate the Awaken 180 weight loss program and how it's changed my life. Like a lot of folks, I let myself go a little. Not proud of that, but it happens. And I wasn't sure what to do. I've tried a lot of other weight loss programs, but they just didn't work. Not like Awaken 180. Can you believe I've lost 70 pounds in less than 4 months? With Awaken 180, there's no medication, no shots, and no side effects. And best of all, really fast results. You eat the food that's provided, and it's really good food. You work with a coach on a regular basis who guides you through the whole process. I'm never hungry. In fact, I never feel like I'm sacrificing anything. Just living a totally normal life. That's my new normal. And now, in October, they're offering free consultations. So there's no reason not to call them and learn more. Call them at 844-346-1800, or you can visit awaken180.com. It really has changed my life, and I bet it'll change yours too. That's Awaken180.
Storms are part of every season. Make sure you're protected. Call American Electrical to make sure you have the best in surge protection. Don't lose your home electronics to a lightning strike. Call 737-7770 for American Electrical.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. And now, this week's Scholar Athlete of the Week. Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234 on 1010XL.
All right, it is time for our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week. It's Michaela Ilog from Fletcher High School. Michaela, how are you? Congratulations.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me today.
It's good to see you. Good to see you. You're not nervous, are you? You don't look nervous at all.
Oh, no, not at all.
I can tell. I can tell you're not. So, hey, let's talk a little bit. You're at Fletcher High School, and boy, you play a lot of sports. You swim, you play soccer, you play lacrosse. You were talking a little bit about swimming. Start with that. How'd you get involved in that?
I started swimming summer after 4th grade, just summer swim, just for fun with my friends. But once I got to middle school and I heard that you could try out for all these sports in middle school, I was like, I'll try out for the swim team. And then I started swimming year round after that, and I love it.
What events do you do?
I swim the 200 IM and 100 breast, and I'd say I'm better at the 100 breast, but I love the 200 IM, and I think there's a lot of variety.
Very cool.
What's been some of your favorite moments with the swim team?
I love all the team bonding activities we do. One of my favorite memories, it would be our Lake Brantley swim meet. We go there every year, and we swim against all these other schools around Florida, and my favorite part would be staying in the hotel and just running around the hotel the night before the swim meet, and just like my coach would say lights out by 10, but we'd be all hiding from the coaches.
That's perfect. Coach didn't need to know that, right? That's exactly.
I also love the snacks at the swim meets. That would also be my favorite.
That's phenomenal. Snacks are great. So talk about soccer. When did you start playing with soccer?
I started playing soccer when I was 5, I believe, and I play club soccer. I've just been playing since I started playing competitively in middle school.
Okay.
I also love soccer. I spend a lot of time doing that too.
I got it.
What position do you play in soccer, and why did you pick that one?
I have played just about every position, but for the past few years I've been playing holding mid, which is more of a defensive midfield kind of position, and do a lot of running around, distributing of the ball. But yeah, I love it.
And how'd you wind up in lacrosse? You already were doing swimming and soccer. How'd that happen?
All my friends were like, you should just do another sport. You should try lacrosse. It's really fun. You get to dress up cute and wear the skirts and stuff. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I picked it up, and I love it. I love the girls there. I did that one for fun, though. The other ones I do more competitively, but lacrosse was for fun and for more exercise.
I got it.
Michaela, you were telling us that you're really proud of being in the Interact Club and being an officer in that. What is that group meant to you, being a part of it?
Being an Interact Club has definitely taught me a lot about leadership. Last year I became an officer, a Department of Read to Succeed in that club, and I would organize a bunch of volunteers to go out to the local elementary schools, Neptune Beach, San Pablo, and Atlantic Beach, and they would read to the kids an extended day there and help them with their homework. And this year I'm the head of Mission House for Interact, and so I'm organizing a bunch of volunteers, and we go after school once a week and organize all these things at the homeless shelters. And we just did a fundraiser this past weekend at Sawgrass, and my volunteers were helping serve food and everything.
What are your college plans? What are you gonna do in college?
I'm currently in the application process, but I'm applying to UF, FSU, UCF, USF, and probably a couple of other Florida schools. And then I was thinking about applying to University of Georgia, but we'll see.
What do you want to study?
I've always been interested in everything medical related, but recently I've developed an interest for dentistry. So I've been looking into that. So I think I might go for dentistry.
Very cool.
How do you manage your time?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm still working on that. It's been very hard, but doing all the sports, it keeps me active, and I just try and do my work when I can at school, and then really grind at home. And it's been hard, but I know it'll be worth it in the end.
Well, I can tell you this: seeing your sports accomplishments and your academic accomplishments, you've kind of figured it out. I can say the numbers don't lie. So, Michaela Ilog, she is our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week. She's from Fletcher High School. Congratulations! Great to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, Michaela Ilog, she is from Fletcher High School. She is our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week. Swimming, soccer, and lacrosse, and a very good student as well. So it's great to have Michaela in here from Fletcher High School. So very cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff. All right, we'll talk college football and a few other things in a minute, but let's stay on the Jags for a second. All right, you got some guys that are hurt. You're 4-1. You have a great deal of confidence. If ever there was a letdown game, this is the letdown game.
Big time.
And you're playing a good team.
Really good team.
Now, the good thing is you're playing them at home.
Yeah.
And you get them at your place, but you've got guys beat up. And my sense tells me that Liam Cohen connects with these guys so much that and he understands the psychology of the human mind so well that he will prevent that. But they're human. You're still human. If ever there's a letdown game now, what are your expectations? Do you expect to see Trayvon? I guess we don't know that. We know we won't see Brenton Strange. Otherwise, a decent, healthy team. We hope Robert Hainsey. We don't know that yet. What are your expectations as we move forward here?
Yeah, Brenton Strange is a big loss. I mean, he was leading them in catches, still is, and so and obviously we know what a fantastic blocker he is. So Brenton Strange that's going to be a tough replacement. You like Hunter Long and Johnny Munt, and now they'll have to step up. I think Robert Hainsey, my guess, I mean, hamstring injuries on a center normally, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I have no idea about him. But it doesn't feel like that's the kind of thing that normally sidelines a lineman for very long. So hopefully Hainsey will be out there against the Seahawks if it's just a, average hamstring. But I thought Monheim played well. And, it'd be interesting to see if he did have to go, what it would look like when the opponent knows it's going to be him, how well he would hold up. But he handled Chris Jones, late in that game. And Trayvon, I would think there's a chance because it seems like it's pain tolerance and it's the swelling has to get, under control. And so I would think with another week, the swelling will be better, and we know how tough he is. So if it was kind of close Monday night, then you hope with 6 more days. Because Liam talked about, I don't think he needs to see Trayvon Walker put in 2 or 3 practices to have him active. And frankly, I wasn't all that impressed with the pass rush without Trayvon Walker last night. I would say. I mean, again, this is a sports writer guessing at this, but I would say good chance for Hainsey, probably a decent chance for Trayvon, and then obviously we know they won't have Brenton Strange until the Chargers come to town.
All right, we'll see a lot of talk about the next coming game, but let's enjoy this one for a while. Top of the hour, we're going to take some of your calls. It was such a big day. We want to know what you think about it, so we're going to open up the phone lines at 5 o'clock. But after the break, Hayes is going to have headlines, other things going on in the world of sports as well. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Florida Gators football. Gators! Kingsville sends the swamp to Starkville. It's cowbells and gator rolls.
Balls loose at the 38. Gators got it.
Florida, Texas A&M. Saturday at 7 on Jacksonville's home of Florida Gators football. 1010 XL.
Frank Frangie here. These days, it's hard to know which companies to trust. But when it comes to banking, I trust South State Bank. South State truly values its customers, and they work hard to create meaningful, lasting relationships. I love going into my local branch. I see the same smiling faces I've seen for years. South State is the largest bank headquartered in Florida, so they're able to offer all the banking services you need. You can trust South State Bank. Banking forward. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
Helmets and Heels calls on Jags former middle linebacker Tom McManus to elevate your afternoon.
He's the best. Guy's got it all.
Catch the pros' point of view afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL. Fought for you by Green Law Group, for the injured, fighting for you.
Hey, it's Lauren Brooks. Looking and feeling great isn't just for women. Hello Smooth Med Spa has something for everyone. Laser hair removal, wrinkle smoothing, skincare, and more. With over 400 plus 5-star reviews and over a decade in business, they know their stuff. Book now at hellosmooth.com.
Julington Creek Pest Control has been serving our community since 1984. Our turf management program is an all-out blitz, granular fertilization, weed and insect control, keeping your lawn championship green all year. Quarterly pest control stops bugs before they ever cross your goal line. Family owned, locally operated, expert technicians, top quality products, no gimmicks, just winning results. Julington Creek Pest Control, our family serving yours since 1984.
Universal Roof and Contracting presents the Offensive Player of the Game. Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
Trevor Lawrence was heroic on Monday in Jacksonville. The teal and black quarterback recorded 221 yards on 18 of 25 attempts and scored 3 touchdowns, with 2 coming on the ground. Lawrence made sure to leave the contest as the BMOC, big man on campus, and he's your Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through September 30th. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com.
Yo, E.T. here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar, Twin Peaks. Scratch kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge. Come on, somebody.
As a contractor, finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC experts, but your partner, understanding every facet of construction to keep your project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Get paid to lose weight in a paid obesity research study with Encore Research. If you're 18 or older with a BMI of 27 or more, you may qualify. No insurance required, no cost to you. Enroll at EncoreDocs.com or call 904-732-6669.
Winter and spring registration is already cranking up at I-9 Sports, and if you have kids ages 3 to 17, I-9 Sports is inviting you to get them on the field or in the gym with great sports like girls flag football. Plenty of places to play like Oakley, Fleming Island, UNF, Fletcher, and Creekside. Log on to i9sports.com and see all the sports they have to offer across the First Coast. In Duval, Clay, and St. John's. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Registration open right now for winter and spring sports at i9sports.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Gather round. It's Hayes' Headlines, presented by Harrell and Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Hear all about it. Here's Hayes Carline.
We certainly appreciate our friends at Harrell and Harrell. Give them a call at 251-1111. Frank, we are going to continue talking about this monumental Jaguars victory, 31-28 over the Kansas City Chiefs. What a night for the city.
Yeah, and there's no question. It felt that way. The place was packed. It was loud. It was rocking. You could tell even driving down there, the traffic was such that it was going to be that way. And the Jags delivered. Too many times you have a home game like that, and everything goes well, but the game. Well, the game went well, too. It was a glorious night for Jacksonville. I can tell you one of the special nights in the regular season, one of the most special nights they've had in my 12 years of calling the games. I can promise you that.
Without a doubt. Liam Cohen met with reporters today and talked about how this team has been able to build that toughness that you referenced earlier in the show. This was Liam Cohen talking about the process of building a tough team.
Yeah, I think it started right away. Our off-season strength conditioning program was difficult, was hard. Eric Ciano and his staff have really done a nice job of kind of helping build the foundation of the way and style in which we want to play. We had a really physical, tough training camp, I think, and the guys just kept building off that and really pouring into that mindset. And then it showed up so far within the first 5 weeks of the season. We've got to play a lot cleaner. We've got to cut down on mistakes in communication and some of that stuff. But the toughness, the grit, it's just the way these guys are playing right now. When you play this way, typically good things happen to you. Like when you run to the football, when you compete your tail off. Not every play we know is perfect in the NFL. It's not always just the way you draw it up on the book. Guys have to go out and perform and do it at a high level. And right now, the way that our guys are playing in all three phases allows us to go give ourselves a chance to win in the fourth quarter.
I think he's right. I think he's proud of that toughness, and he ought to be because he's the one that built it.
And I'm glad he mentioned Ciano, the strength coach. Again, tip of the hat to Tony Baselli.
Yeah.
Because you laid this story out. You guys talked about it at the Combine back in February, how critical that hire was for Tony Baselli.
The minute Buffalo let him go, the people around the league were shocked. Sean McDermott was upset. Tony got a hold of him, got him down here, and wouldn't let him go till he said yes. And that's a big part of who they are, no question.
Absolutely. Liam Cohen also gave us an update on Trayvon Walker as he tries to recover from the dislocated wrist injury.
He had some swelling still, in there, so it just wasn't the right time. He was only 7 days, whatever it was, 7 days out of the surgery, so it wasn't something that any of us felt comfortable being able to go put him out there last night. Not sure what that'll look like this week yet. He was definitely feeling better towards the last night, like towards yesterday, but it just wasn't the right thing to do, putting him in that game so soon. So hopeful, for this week, and we'll have to see what that swelling does. And based on when the stitches can come out, I think some of that will help us know what his availability will be.
My guess is they'll have Trayvon sooner rather than later. I don't know if it's this week, but just guessing, they'll have him sooner rather than later.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's talk about another injury. This, unfortunately, bad news for the Jaguars today. Tight end Brenton Strange placed on IR with a hip injury. So a minimum of 4 games. Hopefully he'll be able to return for the Chargers game in mid-November.
That's a big loss. There's no question. That's a big loss. He was by far their best tight end. They have high hopes for him, and they'll continue to have high hopes for him when he's back. But that's a big loss, no question.
Let's get it to around the AFC South. Hot AFC South. The Colts hammer the Raiders. The Texans romp the Ravens. And the Titans stun the Cardinals. So it's a good thing the Jags won last night.
Yeah.
Because they'd have lost a game to everybody. Instead, it's a 4-0 week for the AFC South.
And all of a sudden, the division's better than everybody thought it would be. I mean, the reality is the Jags are pretty good. The Colts are pretty good. It's not a joke anymore. They're 4-1. They're pretty good. And I think the Texans had a tough schedule to start. They've got some holes. But they're going to start finding themselves, too. What looked like an easy division looks like it's suddenly going to be a good one.
Without a doubt, let's get it to Houston. Texans GM Nick Caserio says there is no timeline for running back Joe Mixon's recovery from an offseason foot injury. The 29-year-old Mixon rushed for over 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns last season.
Yeah, they need him, and I'm not sure they're going to have him. I agree with you.
Let's get to around the NFL. The Browns are trading Joe Flacco to the Bengals for a swap of late-round picks. So, boy, that's desperate times if you're Cincinnati. Let's go get Joe Flacco.
Well, but that you just said it. It's desperate times. And by the way, Cincinnati went from a team that was going to prove everybody wrong to are they headed to being one of the worst teams in the league?
It's looking that way.
Wow.
I mean, it's amazing. Yeah, and obviously Burrow's still out another couple months, it looks like.
That's a division. The Steelers, because they played the London game, got to see them. I don't think they're very good.
Yeah.
And I think they may romp through the division.
They might.
I mean, The other 3 teams are terrible.
The Ravens are terrible.
The Ravens are terrible. How did the Ravens become terrible?
They've got 6 Pro Bowlers on the injured list. They aren't playing.
Yeah, but I mean, they're terrible.
Terrible. They didn't even put up a fight against Houston. So we will see. Let's get it to college football. Former Gator greats Brandon James and Todd Johnson will be inducted into the Florida-Georgia Hall of Fame here later this month. Georgia standouts Freddie Gilbert and Sony Michel will also be inducted. Great class.
Yeah, it is a good class, and I'm glad they did it. I'm glad they did it the way they did. That's Florida-Georgia game is a special entity, and it's good that it has a Hall of Fame. And I get to be a voter on that list, which I'm glad of, and it's a good thing. It really is.
North Carolina is ditching a Hulu docuseries as Bill Belichick's legacy continues to crumble. The Tar Heels have been outscored 120-33 against their 3 Power 4 opponents this season.
Could that thing possibly been more of a disaster? You can't imagine that he's coming back after this year. I don't even know what his contract is.
They got to pay him $20 million to go away.
Wow, I can't imagine.
It'd be the easiest check I'd ever write
Yeah,
if I was a multi-millionaire billionaire that cared about Tar Heels football.
I can't. What an unmitigated disaster! I can't imagine that he'll be back.
Listen, somebody has that footage, that behind-the-scenes footage.
Right.
I need to see that.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait to see it. I'm with you.
Yeah, please. That would be glorious. Let's get to Major League Baseball. We've got Mariners at Tigers that just started at 4 o'clock today, Game 3. What are your expectations for the rest of this series?
You know, the Tigers found a little something. They found a little something that had faded from them. I still think the Tigers have a little something left. So we'll see. The baseball. It's a shame baseball happens with all this good football because the baseball's been good.
Yeah, the Blue Jays look to put the Yankees in a 3-0 hole tonight in New York, tonight at 8 o'clock. Do you like New York or do you like Toronto tonight?
That would end it, by the way.
Yeah, JJ, are you
best of 5?
Yeah, it's a best of 5. JJ, are you surprised? Are you surprised?
Yeah, I'm surprised at how bad they got whooped. I mean, both games, I feel like they were out of it by the 3rd or 5th inning. I thought, the Yankees. We've seen the teams with the byes not play well. So I was expecting the Yankees to go in and kind of win, but, man, they've just gotten their butt kicked both games. I'm shocked by that.
I liked both the Yankees and the Cubs, and they're both facing elimination. I'm surprised by both. I'm not surprised Dodgers-Phillies. You felt the Dodgers found something. But both the Yankees and the Cubs, Hayes, I really did. I thought they were both good. I was confident they were both going to win, and they're both facing elimination.
Yes, they are. Milwaukee leads the Cubs 2-0. That series resumes tomorrow in Chicago, and the Dodgers a 2-0 lead over the Phillies. Game 3 tomorrow night in L.A.
The Brewers are the classic team that no one's going to buy them until they're holding the trophy. You know,
they're good,
yeah,
man.
I mean, they're really good, but no one.
Yeah.
They had the best record.
Like the Texas Rangers, sort of like that a couple years ago.
Yeah, but the Brewers are even better. I mean, the Brewers have been good all year.
Yeah.
The Rangers kind of made a run midseason on there.
And the Brewers have young talent. They're going to be around for a while.
They really are. No one's going to buy it until they're holding it. I'm telling you.
Let's get to college basketball. The Gators game versus Miami here in Jax will tip off at 8:30 p.m. on November 16th. That is the day the Jaguars also host the Chargers at 1 o'clock. So unbelievable sports
8:30
day.
tip, huh?
8:30 at night, yeah. So you got the football game at 1 and basketball at night.
What do I do from 4:15 to 8:30, Hayes, is my question.
I guess you go to a local establishment,
Go to
have
a
a
pub,
libation,
go to a
and
pub,
watch an NFL game.
Go to a pub and watch that.
I might meet you guys there.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Might have been invited by a certain Brett Hastings.
How about that? There you
very
go.
Cool.
All
Very
right.
cool. We will get you guys
Well,
out.
I'll hang. Can we hang in his rail car? Hey, guess
yeah,
what?
we can.
Guess what? Now I know what to do.
That's
what,
right.
what happened right there was a question and an answer right in the segment.
Solutions.
That's all about solutions.
That's what we have here. We will get you out on our musical note of the day. Happy birthday wishes to John Mellencamp, who turned 74 today. Mellencamp is known for his soulful heartland rock sound that made him a force in the 1980s. He has sold 60 million albums worldwide. Mellencamp was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2008. This is Hurt So Good.
Boy, the great John Mellencamp. John Mellencamp, when he's right, he does some concerts and he was trying to do too much artsy stuff.
You said sometimes
I
it's
didn't
awful
like,
to see
but when
live.
you see Mellencamp doing
the
Mellencamp,
hits,
it's unbelievable. Great job as always.
Thanks.
Let's open up the phone line. Let's talk some Jaguar football. We will get to the Gators and the Knolls later on today in our rewind, and then of course all week long. So we haven't forgot about you. But today's the day to celebrate the Jags. So we're going to let you do that. We want your phone calls at 641-1010 after this.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
There's a key that opens a very special door. The Jaguars locker room. Go in the locker room with Hayes Carline to get closer to the Jags. Unlocked by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
This is Hayes Carline from my friend Holt at Harold and Harold. There doesn't seem to be enough time in the day to get everything done. Then you get injured in an accident and you don't know what you're going to do. Let Harold and Harold make it easy for you. Easy on becoming a client. You can just text or email if you want. Easy on finding a doctor and getting through the process. Hopefully you won't need them, but if you're ever injured, call Harold and Harold and make it easy on yourself. Call them at 904-251-1111. That's 251-1111.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
It's about the hunt.
Captain Kevin Favor here with Captain Kirk and Jeff Lagerman. We take you from the water to the woods.
On the Nimnicht Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Let's go to the woods, y'all.
Saturday mornings from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Did you know that for every inch of rain on a 2,000 square foot roof, 1,500 gallons come off the eaves of the roof? Call Clearwater Seamless Gutters and Drainage, and we'll design a plan using our Clearwater Seamless Gutters, and we'll connect those gutters to a Clearwater drainage system to solve your erosion and standing water issues.
Clearwater Seamless Gutters. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at gutters.
And drainage, too.
SeamlessGuttersJacksonville.com. Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, a Jacksonville family business for nearly 70 years. Heck, I've been talking about them for over a decade. The Thompson family secret, Dandy's never frozen, always fresh baked bread with quality meats and cheeses, no dry crumbly subs here, only soft and tasty deliciousness. When I see that logo with the little dude with the cane on the label, it tells me I'm getting a trusted brand, a quality sandwich. So do what I do and stop in at a Daly's and make yours a Dandy today. Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Slacker plumbing.
Yeah, hey, listen, I need a plumber over here right now.
Yeah, well, we don't have any openings for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yep.
I was just changing the shower head and the water line broke and it's flying everywhere.
All right, 1 week.
What if I throw you an extra $100 to come now?
What's the address?
It's 205.
Oh, I guess he changed his mind.
If you've got a leak that can't wait a week, call Roland Reich Plumbing and fix your plumbing problems fast. PlumbingJacksonville.com.
Hey, it's Angela and Brian Wall. How many companies do you know in this day and age that actually want their potential customers to call their competition and get quotes from them?
That's what WindoWorld wants you to do. WindoWorld knows there are other window companies out there, but we also know those other guys. When compared to WindoWorld, they can't offer you the quality at the price that WindoWorld can.
And with WindoWorld, you get the absolute best guarantee there is in the window replacement business.
If anything goes wrong with your new WindoWorld windows, 5 years from now, 10, 15, 50, WindoWorld and I will be there to fix it for you. You get peace of mind with WindoWorld, and to top it off, WindoWorld windows increase the value of your home. So look what you get with WindoWorld. Quality windows, low price, the best guarantee in the business, energy savings, and an increase in the value of your home. A win-win for you.
Call WindoWorld today and get your free in-home estimate or see them online at WindowWorldNEFlorida.com.
WindoWorld. Simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
WindoWorld also offers energy-efficient doors.
This right here, this is where it starts. With a little flame and a lot of love. When the air cools or the night falls, fire brings the warmth. But it's what we bring to the table that matters. slow-smoked barbecue. Stories that stretch long. Laughter that lingers. And moments that just feel full. That's why it's always Sunny's here.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update brought to you by Kuhn Flowers. On Monday, CBS Sports anointed Billy Napier as the SEC Coach of the Week following the Gators' 29-21 upset victory over Texas last weekend, despite the uncertainty of the state of Napier's job in the future. The Gators face another tough opponent this weekend, taking on number 5 Texas A&M in College Station on Saturday at 7 o'clock. It's 82 degrees at 5 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Dropping is Trevor. Looking, fires the corner of the end zone. That ball is going to be caught for the touchdown. Parker Washington in the left corner of the end zone, a 3-yard touchdown pass, and Jacksonville is on the board.
It's a Nimnick Tuesday on the Frangie Show. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
All right, that was the first touchdown of the game, and the Jaguars battled from that point forward. Frangie, Carline, LaSalle with you. Let's open up the phone line. Just one segment of a few calls. Jeff Damser comes up. We will get into college football. The SEC report is in about 10, 12 minutes or so. But let's squeeze in some phone calls. 641-1010. I'll start with Bill. Bill, how you doing?
Hey, Frank, Bill Hickey. How you doing?
Good, Bill.
Hey, I just wanted to make sure you were okay. You did some max effort calling there last night. That was impressive.
I was a little bit hoarse this morning, last night, but I'm getting my voice is coming back. It'll be normal tomorrow, I hope, Bill. But thank you for that. I appreciate it.
That's good. I think I was in the 80 to 90% of the Jaguar fans who, when Trevor fell, I saw the New Orleans preseason game all over again, and I was saying stay down or just throw it away, and then the next thing I know, you're yelling, everybody's going crazy. What a great night. I'm glad to see the Jaguars' energy's back.
Yeah, me too, Bill. Appreciate the call. And energy was a great word for it. And that place was rocking too, man. It was rocking last night. I can tell you that. It was, we could, my wife, Suzanne, listens to the game. She doesn't watch it. She just listens. I mean, she listens. And she told me, listening on the radio, it's as loud a one as she can remember maybe forever.
That's awesome.
Listening on the radio, she said, yeah. Let's go to Darren, who's up next. Darren, go ahead.
Hey, Frank, if I could have picked one game out of the first 5 games to lose, it would have, looking back on it, would have been the Cincinnati game. I think they learned more from that loss, and it gave Liam coaching tips. I love to hear the man speak. He's teaching the city as well as teaching the players. I mean, he is just a joy and a wonderful, and I've said that even before the last 2 games. But what this team has accomplished already, you have to reassess now. Is this team going 14-3? Is this team going 13-4? Only time will tell, but man, what an exciting time this year. And quick comment on the flags. What you were saying, I don't see why they can't not take one of the coaches' challenges and use it for a penalty. It would make so much sense. I'll hang up a list, guys.
Darren, thanks. The point I made earlier, you have to do something to affect the egregious bad calls. They have to find something. They have to find some sort of formula. They had to fix the kickoffs, and they look like they have. They've got to find a way to fix these egregious missed calls. They have to. They can't go on like this. Not one missed that badly. Travis, you're up next. Go ahead.
Hey, Frank, how you doing? It's glad to see the Jaguars are finally playing to the level of their sports announcer calling the games, man. You are absolutely my favorite. I've listened to guys around the country, and by far you stand out above the rest of them. So I've got one request.
You got it.
I was getting gas whenever you called or whenever you played the Devin Lloyd interception, and I missed it. Will you please replay it, man? I missed the whole thing.
Absolutely, Travis.
Here's Mahomes. Fires middle of the field. Ball's intercepted. The ball is picked off. Are you kidding me? Devin Lloyd bringing it back again. Along the left sideline. 50, 45, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. 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 Devin Lloyd with the length of the field. Yet another interception. Jacksonville is taking the lead. How good is that? Guy got kind of worked up.
It's fantastic.
How about that, Travis? Is that good?
Oh, man.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you, man. You are absolutely my favorite, dude.
Well, you're very kind, and you got gas in your car, so there's all that too. So it's a win all the way around. Travis, thank you for the call. You're very kind. Thank you for that. That means a lot. Let's go to Charles, who's up next. Charles, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, Frank. You know, the coolest thing about the new regime is Liam actually makes halftime adjustments that work, and you know the team learns from him and their coaching style. So we have a gem here, and he's going to be great for the future. But you got to give props to Shad Khan for putting together that triumvirate of Tony and Jimmy Gladstone and Liam. So wow, what a team, and just. Duval.
Charles, thanks for the call. You're right, by the way. Liam's a good coach, and you're right. Give Shad credit. He's the reason James Gladstone, Tony Baselli, or Tony, James, Liam are all here. Boy, that guy's a good coach. I mean, it's clear the point he was making. You can tell when you got a good coach. He does the right stuff, and I agree with that. Let's go back to the phone and say hello to Leon. Hey, Leon.
What's going on, boss man?
How are you?
Bro, you something else, man. Hey, I need you in the bedroom, man. The way you cheering on, boy, you sound a gangster, baby.
I got so many answers to that, but I don't know which one of them to use, so I'm just going to keep on, Liam. But that's one I haven't heard. That's one I haven't heard, and I greatly appreciate it. I
tell you what, I swear, man, that was a joy to listen to, and thank you guys do a fabulous job. And I got one thing to say. I was a Travis. Dick, I was scrutinizers, but I saw him when he couldn't do what he thought he could do. He used what he could do, and he took off versus trying to be a Brady or whatever. He said, "You know what? I'm not gonna make no mistakes. Let me take it, and I'll take that off the air." I thank y'all guys very much.
Leon, thank you. I used to think I needed Barry White in the bedroom. Am I the modern day Barry White? I've never been called that. You know what? I take that as a compliment.
That was phenomenal.
I think I might turn on a on-demand show tonight. See what my wife thinks.
Oh, goodness. All right, we'll take one or two more if you want to. We'll squeeze them in, 641-1010 if you can. Again, we'll talk some college football. And, again, we're not ignoring Miami, FSU, and Florida. Big win for the Gators. We'll certainly talk about that. I know we'll talk about it at the rewind at the bottom of the hour, and then certainly tomorrow as the week goes on. But, again, I thought today was the day to celebrate the Jaguars. I thought that's what today was. I thought there's a lot of games we'll talk about. I thought it was as glorious a night as we've had in our city in a long time. I really believe that. I thought it was as glorious a night as we've had in our city in a long time. And by the way, if I haven't said this already, I think I have. The fans really answered the bell. I mean, really, I thought the fans really answered the bell. Didn't you think that last night? I mean, I thought not only did
you can hear the roar. I mean, it was unbelievable, and I think the TV broadcast picked it up well. I mean, the fans were incredible, and they're going to be incredible Sunday at 1 when Seattle comes.
No question. Let's go to Glenn, who's up next. Glenn, go ahead.
Hey, Frank, thanks so much for the wonderful job you guys do. But did anybody see the blow up last night with Kelsey on the sideline with Reed?
I didn't. Last night I did not see it. I didn't know there was one last night. I've seen it before, but not this game. Was there one?
There was one. I was looking at it, and I haven't heard anybody talk about it, but I don't know if there's video of it, but there's some words exchanged.
And Glenn, thanks for the call. They do that a lot, so it wouldn't be the first time, but I didn't notice it last night. One more call. Let's squeeze in one more call before we say hello to Jeff Dantzler after the break. David's next. David, go ahead.
Hey, guys. Thanks. Great show. I just want to say shout out to the 12th man, because I went to the first two games with the kids, and the 12th man was in the house. They were awesome. We couldn't go last night. I can only imagine how loud and supportive they were. It was incredible to watch on TV. You really don't get that feel. Thanks for the tip to listen on radio instead, because maybe, your wife could hear the crowd, but we couldn't on TV. But I knew they were going nuts. And I just want to say that, I was down on Trevor. Especially after they gave him all that money when we didn't make the playoffs. And I got to tell you, this is the game we needed from him, and this is the game he needed for himself. He needed to see himself as that guy. He's the Mahomes now. That's the guy that gets up after falling down twice. That's the guy that makes those 2 passes towards the end, and he doesn't hang his head after those pass interference calls and things don't go his way, and they made that happen. And, of course, the Devin Lloyd call was just goosebumps. So you were just phenomenal on that, and that play was just it just turned Duval on its head. So thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you for the call and for your kind comments. We appreciate it. And thank you for all the calls. We appreciate that. Let's one time now get into college football because we do our SEC report every Tuesday. That's next with Jeff Dantzler after this.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Get hit by the man in the back, Tommy Mack.
I'm bringing you straight to the gridiron to show you what it's like to put on the Jags helmet and pads.
Fridays on Jaguars Today. Unlocked by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Frangie here. Nimnick Chevrolet is proud to be an 8-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year recipient, the only dealership in Northeast Florida to ever win this prestigious award. Earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness, all part of Nimnick's Treating You Right guarantee. Visit nimnickchevy.com to learn more. For 3 generations, Nimnick has been the place customers keep coming back to. I've been buying my vehicles from Nimnick since 1982 because they care about their customers and are invested in our local community, including supporting walk-off charities, and all we're trying to do to help underprivileged kids learn to play baseball. Treating you right, giving back to the community, more choices and better prices for you. So who has put the most years in stands behind a better experience? The answer is simple. Nobody but Nimnick. Visit their showroom off Cassett Avenue or shop 24/7 at nimnickchevy.com. Head to Nimnick today. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
It's the Gator Podcast Channel with Frank Frangie and me, Dan Hicken, on all things Gators. Hacker and Denny Thompson have Gator Bites, and you can find them wherever you find podcasts or at 1010XL.com. Presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Frank Frangie here. When you need plumbing, septic, or air conditioning service, trust matters. That's why more homeowners in Jacksonville choose Duck Duck Rooter, the area's most trusted service company. They're licensed, insured, and the only master septic contractor in Northeast Florida. From small plumbing repairs to major renovations and full air conditioning service, they do it all. And with Duck Duck, it's done right. Call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter. If the Jags trust Duck Duck Rooter, so can you.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for the Jaguars and proud member of Jacksonville's newest orthopedic dream team. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we brought together 10 board-certified fellowship-trained surgeons, each one a specialist in their field, all working together to deliver smarter, faster care with better results. From sports injuries to joint replacements, we've got the right player for every position. Visit osjax.com and meet your team. That's osjax.com.
Frank Frangie talking turf. I tuned into topdressing.com ads on 1010XL. I've heard the buzz and decided to meet their team. Well, they're spot on and they're top dressing my yard soon. And I can't wait. Make your St. Augustine grass rival fairways. Even, healthy, resilient. And as a golfer, I get it. Improves aeration, adds nutrients, white glove service, thorough. Personalized plans. Like I said, I'm in. I'm doing it and you can too. Join in. Dress your lawn like the pros with topdressing.com.
Hey, Jags fans, Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with Crown Royal Rig at a stadium near you because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with generous spirit. Visit crownroyal.com/Royal Rig on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
Hi, I'm Amber Frangie. You know that other Frangie? Well, he's my dad. But I'm here to tell you about how much I appreciate the Awaken 180 weight loss program and how it's changed my life. Like a lot of folks, I let myself go a little. Not proud of that, but it happens. And I wasn't sure what to do. I've tried a lot of other weight loss programs, but they just didn't work. Not like Awaken 180. Can you believe I've lost 70 pounds in less than 4 months? With Awaken 180, there's no medication, no shots, and no side effects. And best of all, really fast results. You eat the food that's provided, and it's really good food. You work with a coach on a regular basis who guides you through the whole process. I'm never hungry. In fact, I never feel like I'm sacrificing anything. Just living a totally normal life. That's my new normal. And now, in October, they're offering free consultations. So there's no reason not to call them and learn more. Call them at 844-346-1800, or you can visit awaken180.com. It really has changed my life, and I bet it'll change yours too. That's Awaken180.
Introducing the Jags Stack at Firehouse Subs. A sub so bold, we had to name it after the team that roars. Packed with protein and made to satisfy a football-sized appetite. It's stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef. Topped with provolone fresh veggies and our new Duval drizzle. Order the new Jags Stack in the app right now. Available for a limited time at participating Jacksonville Firehouse Subs restaurants. The hottest subs in Duval!
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Time now for the SEC Update with Jeff Dantzler from the Bulldog Radio Network and the Superstations. Presented by Underwood Jewelers. Here's Frank and Jeff.
All right, Jeff Dantzler checks in. You're at that College Football Hall of Fame right now, are you, Jeff?
Sure am, Frank. We've got a big event. Kevin Butler and I are here for the Georgia Lions Lighthouse Foundation, a great benefit that takes care of kids who have a hard time seeing. So we get children eyeglasses and eye exams. It's a wonderful thing. We got Commissioner Sankey and David Pollitt getting honored here tonight. So we're looking forward to it. What time did you get to bed last night?
Probably 3:30, maybe 3:30, give or take.
Awesome win. Well, we were up all night watching it, cheering for you, and I was so proud of them, and congratulations.
I appreciate it. They played great, and you're exactly right. So 3:30, thereabouts. You know how you get home and you're a little wired there, Jeff. You know that drill. But it was a fun night. All right, let's get right to it. Let's talk some SEC football. I'll give you credit. You kind of thought Texas or Florida had a chance against Texas. I didn't. I've known you long enough and worked with you long enough that I could tell that you had a hunch about that one. What'd you make of the Gators finding a way to beat Texas?
Well, here was my hunch. When Las Vegas had that line at 5, I said, they know something, and I've contributed to a wing or two at Caesar's Palace through the years. So I was going to go with the boys out in Sin City there. But I thought, again, Florida's defense is great. And, Frank, I read your post, and you were spot on. I thought Lagway was good. And now they've got a guy in Wilson. They've got a terrific back. The thing that's impressed me, where you really got to give Billy Napier a lot of credit, is the way that team did not quit on him at the end of last season. And, a lot of us thought it was probably 50-50 with the open date that they might make a move this year. Right. Well, they came out and played a tremendous game. And I just feel like that defense gives them a shot every time. In big picture, you look at the schedule they've already played. They've played Miami, Texas, and LSU already. That is a tremendous schedule.
What about Texas? Are they obviously they haven't beaten anybody good. You can't control who you schedule, or the players can't control that. Is Texas? Everybody feels like they're kind of overrated. Arch Manning clearly is, and he hasn't found himself. How good do you think Texas is, Jeff?
I think they're good. I think they're an 8-4 type team, and I believe it was last week we talked about this, where we could maybe see a scenario where you've got 6 teams that are somewhere around that 8-4, 9-3 type range. I do think they're good enough to go out there. I mean, obviously they've got a lot of talent and win any Saturday, but they're just one of those teams like just about everybody else in the league. You cannot take any Saturday for granted. And then you also start getting into this world of the NIL, the celebrity quarterback coming in, how much money he's making, how is that playing out in the locker room. I cannot imagine the internal issues that are going on there right now.
Yeah, that's a great point, and I think that's a big part of what's going on. Georgia looked like an easy time with Kentucky. Did they sputter early on, or was that an easy one for the Dogs?
Frank, we got out to a 14-0 lead, which was great because we had fallen behind Tennessee and Alabama both, but Georgia came out and played really well. Chauncey Bowens is a good-looking running back. I think Gunner's getting more and more comfortable. The big thing for Georgia right now is just trying to find a couple of playmakers on defense to get some more of those negative yardage type plays and try and create some turnovers.
Texas A&M and Mississippi State close for a while, and then the Aggies pulled away. What do you think of A&M? Florida's got to go there next week. What do you think of A&M, Jeff?
I think A&M's very talented. I really like their backs. I thought their defense looked very good against Mississippi State. And everybody's got a tough schedule in the league. We know that. I think theirs and Tennessee's and maybe Missouri's are three of the more manageable ones. So if you told me there were going to be, say, three teams do 10-2 or better, I think they would be one of the teams that would be in the running.
Vanderbilt hung around with Alabama. Now Alabama pulled away in Tuscaloosa at the end. What jumped off the page in that game for you, Jeff?
Well, once again, I mean, Ty Simpson's a terrific quarterback. I think Alabama certainly found its footing. But for Vanderbilt, they're one of those teams, and you go back to last year and what they've done so far this year, this is not a typical Vanderbilt football team. Clark Lee has done an outstanding job there, and I think this is – aren't we beyond the point where you say it's a fluke type thing? I think you have to look at them as a tough out every Saturday.
All right, speaking of Alabama, let's segue to next week. I'm interested in this noon kick. Alabama at Missouri. I don't know what to think of the game. Eli Drinkwitz has done a nice job with that team, but here comes Alabama, maybe found itself. What do you think about this game? How do you feel about this matchup?
I like Missouri here, and Frank, I know your Gators and my Bulldogs. When it was the SEC East, you go out there every other year. Yeah. It's a different feel. It's in the Midwest. It's a little bit smaller stadium. It's difficult to explain. I'm out there with basketball and baseball, too. I mean, you're literally in the middle of the country, and I think Eli Drinkwitz, like you said, has done a good job. Missouri is really strong and physical. I think they have a very good shot to beat Alabama on Saturday.
You know, when I was doing the college games with Toretta before I started doing Jags games, I got one Missouri game, had them against Tennessee. And you're right, it was a weird feel to it. That's a good description of it. It's hard. It didn't feel like Oklahoma, Texas, but it didn't feel like Alabama, LSU either. You know what I mean, Jeff? It was neither of the two. It was just a little different kind of a feel in Columbia, Missouri.
Well, it is, and they're basically they were a Big 8 school forever, and then a Big 12 school forever. But they do have a very good program, and I think since Gary Pinkel did a good job there, but with Eli Drinkwitz, they're just one of those teams you look up every year that they're going somewhere between 8-4 and 10-2.
Yeah, good point. Red River Shootout. No John Mateer. Texas struggling a little bit. Who wins here?
Vegas is telling you Texas might have a shot here, but I got to take Oklahoma. I just think Oklahoma's defense is playing really well right now. And by the way, Mateer, Frank, you brought him up first couple of weeks. When they get him back, what a player he is. He might be the top addition for any quarterback, at least in the league this year.
South Carolina's on the road at LSU. South Carolina has flopped. After everybody thought Lenora Sellers would make them better, they flopped this year. I get a hunch they hang around in this game in Baton Rouge. It makes no sense, but I think they do. What do you think here?
I could see that as well. And as we've talked before, South Carolina going for the upset is one animal. South Carolina with expectations is a completely different one. I agree. I think they hang around for whatever reason. And I think LSU 1 through 22, if you just look at their starting 11 on offense and defense, I felt like they might have been the most talented team in the league. They're just having a hard time putting everything together offensively. So I'm with you. I think the Gamecocks hang around, but LSU win.
Yeah, me too. A&M is at home. We just talked about them. Here come the Gators with that pretty good defense and who knows what on offense. A&M, I think, is really talented. What happens in College Station?
I think it's a close game. I would lean towards Texas A&M here, but Florida looks very dangerous right now. And just the way that defense is playing, not only are they slowing teams down, but they're making plays. And they're creating negative yardage situations for the opponent. And when you think about it, Frank, sometimes in a loss you can find out some things. As badly as Florida's offense played against LSU, the fact that they only gave up 20 points in that game with, 5 turnovers, that says a bunch about how good that Gators defense is.
Yeah, 7 of those points were on a pick six, so you're exactly right. Only 13 points from the offense. And finally, there's this oldest rivalry in the South, Jeff. You've heard of it, no doubt. I think you've heard all about it. Pat Dye's not going to be there. Vince Dooley's not going to be there. Buck Bellew and Bo Jackson aren't going to be there. But I will tell you, Georgia and Auburn is a magnificent series. One of my favorite ones in the South. I hate it that they don't always play. It's one of my favorite rivalries in the South. They're playing it on the Plains. What happens?
Well, it's going to be tough at night. This is the first time we've kicked off at night with Georgia and Auburn since 2012. I think it's a very tough game. The line's sitting there at 3. And remember, for Auburn, we talked about this on our first show together. They were at Baylor, at Oklahoma, at Texas A&M. This is their first big night game, their first big home game. They're retiring Cam Newton's jersey. They're pulling out all the stops. So I'm hoping Kirby can work a little magic, and maybe the Dogs pull it out something like 23-21, and it might be even a little bit closer than that. But Jackson Arnold's really good. He can throw it, and he can run it. With a guy like that, the defense, you'll see Kirby a lot on TV talk about playing with your eyes. You have to be so careful, keep containment, and don't overrush and don't over pursue, or this guy can really burn you.
Maybe I'm off the mark, and you'll tell me next Tuesday I'm a dummy. But I look, I can see a close game for a while. I get your point. It's going to be loud. It gets loud there now. That's one of the most underrated loud stadiums. Mm-hmm. Like you, I've probably done 15 games there. It's freaking loud there, and I see it close for a while. But I think mid fourth quarter, it's 14 points. I think it's 34-21. I think it's 31-17 by the time it's over. I don't think you're sweating this out. I know you like to sweat those games out. Am I lost my mind? I don't think it's close at the end of the game. Am I nuts to think that?
Well, Frank, I'll speak for Kirby. He and I both say we hope that you're right here. But I think Auburn, and as always, here's the thing with Auburn, Frank. You've been doing this a long time. I just look at them like their defense. It's been the same scouting report for our whole lifetimes, and probably going back to when they started it at Piedmont Park in 1892. Auburn is tough and physical and athletic, and because they're not Alabama and they're not Georgia and they're not Florida, they just get these guys. They play with that chip on their shoulder. Now, here's the other thing, too. Georgia's won 8 in a row in this series going back to the 2017 SEC championship game. That's something I remember, as I always joke, back in the 80s when I was really into Georgia football, from 83 through 90, Auburn beat Georgia 7 out of 8 times. That's just one of those things. Wow. I don't think I ever could have seen this, and I know how huge this would be for Hugh Freeze as well if Auburn could pull off this win.
Maybe the game of the week in the SEC, no question about it. Jeff Dantzler checking in, as he always does, from the Bulldog Radio Network. Jeff, you and Kevin enjoy your time there at the Hall of Fame, and we'll talk to you next week.
Frank, love you, buddy. Congrats again. You are the absolute best.
All right, buddy. We appreciate it. You're the best. Jeff Dantzler checking in, talking SEC football with us. We'll take a break. We've got a rewind. We've got a cool down all coming up in a bit. Stay with us.
It's the ride home with The Frangie Show. From the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Jags fans, this one's for you. If you've got MyGate rewards, you're already in the game. But now you've got a shot at the ultimate prize, meeting QB1 himself, Trevor Lawrence, at Everbank Stadium with 3 friends by your side. With the MyGate Rewards Gatorade Club, every 5 Gatorade items you purchase equals 1 entry toward your chance to win. Stack them up and score big. See store for details. Gear up for the season. Gates got you.
I'm Holt Harrell with Harrell & Harrell. Choosing a law firm after an accident is an important decision. So how do you decide? With so many messages on air, I know it can all sound the same. At Harrell & Harrell, we believe what sets us apart is our commitment to you. When you've been injured in an accident, you need help from someone you know, someone you can trust. Harrell & Harrell, a name you know, a name you trust. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Offices, Jacksonville.
Jax is more than a city, beaches, suburbs, or a destination. We're a community that takes care of each other. I'm former Jaguar Tom McManus. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling is dedicated to serving you with respect and integrity. From estate cleanouts to furniture and appliance removal, we handle it all. Call 506-1256 for your free estimate today. We're here for you. We're veteran-owned and operated. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling.
Hey folks, this is Denny Thompson, and when it comes to protecting my home, I turn to Tyson, the leaders in state-of-the-art home security right here in Jacksonville. Their AI cameras and smart doorbells are top-notch, keeping an eye on what matters most. Whether you're moving in or upgrading, Tyson offers flexible packages, rent or own, with specials on the first 3 years. Ramp up now for the holidays, the perfect gift for you or someone you love. Call Tyson today at 590-7979 for details.
Legends of the Billy Joel Band, the Lords of 52nd Street, performing the hits you know and love from Billy Joel.
Got a call from an old friend we used to
16th at Florida Theater, featuring Liberty DeVito, Russell Chavers, and Richie Cannata. Get tickets now at floridatheater.com.
Say goodbye to Hollywood.
The Lords of 52nd Street.
Say goodbye, my baby.
Get your tickets at floridatheater.com.
Introducing the Jags Stack at Firehouse Subs. So bold, it's named after the home team. Stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, roast beef, provolone, fresh veggies, and the new Duval drizzle sauce. For a limited time at your local Firehouse Subs, there's only one hottest sub in Duval.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window World.
Simply the best for less.
And thank you for your business.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband-wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at Goosehead.com.
Celebrating 30 years in Jax Beach. Beach's Jewelry and Pawn is your go-to for cash on the spot. They buy gold. Huge sale on firearms all month. Save during Florida's Second Amendment sales tax holiday with no sales tax on firearms. Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jax cool since '87.
All right, today in the program, we talked some Jaguars football. You heard some of our calls from the game. We talked a lot about Trevor, the coming out party, and it was that. Same with the defense, how good they were, and what a big win to win against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. We even took some of your calls, and you did a good job of weighing in on that as well. We talked about officiating and some of the things that need to change. We'll get to the Gators and the Knowles coming up here and and tomorrow and the rest of the week. But today it was all about the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Time now for the College Football Top 25 Rewind. Brought to you by the law firm of Woolsey Morecambe. Take the fear out of the fight. Here's Hayes Carline.
What a weekend of college football. Lots to look back on. Let's start in sunny Pasadena.
This is the play of the game. And it is going nowhere. The Bruins have stopped the Nittany Lions.
UCLA pulls off the shocker of the season so far, upsetting number 7 Penn State 42-37. The Bruins were 0-4 entering the game and a 24.5-point underdog. UCLA is the first 0-4 team to beat a top 10 team in 40 years.
And the storyline will be James Franklin and Penn State. They had high expectations, ranked third to start the season, back-to-back losses. Oregon you can forgive even though it's in your park. This one's going to sting for James Franklin. You wonder, he's really good, but do Penn State fans worried that he's hit a ceiling? This game will certainly bring out that talk for sure.
Without a doubt, Penn State now 3-2 overall, 0-2 in Big Ten play. They dropped out of the poll. JJ, take us to the swamp.
Inbounds Dallas Wilson. To the end zone, dragging tacklers for a Gators touchdown. Did Dallas Wilson stay in? If he did, this is a home run hitter hitting a home run.
The reeling Gators snap a 3-game losing skid by taking down number 9 Texas 29-21. DJ Lagway and Dallas Wilson were incredible as UF evened its SEC record at 1-1. Florida sacked Texas quarterback Arch Manning 6 times. The Gators also blocked a punt for a safety.
We'll talk a lot about this game tomorrow, but it makes no sense that DJ Lagway is this different. I know teams can be up and down, And Dallas Wilson is special. I'll say this. I tweeted this. I'll say it quickly. I think it's great that they circle the wagons and us against the world, and they really get their coaches back when he's on the hot seat and play like this. But it can't be the only time they play like this. That's what stands out. And Lagway went from a guy that looked terrible to a guy that looked really good. It's really hard to understand some of why it turned that much. Here's the thing. I still think Billy Napier is going to lose his job because I don't think they're good enough to play a brutal schedule that's still left. But for one night, give Florida credit. It was a glorious win for the Gators.
Without a doubt, the Longhorns dropped out of the poll. That means Texas, the preseason #1 team, unranked in early October.
Isn't that amazing?
Really is incredible. We're on to Tallahassee.
Beck looking to throw. They bring pressure. It's picked up. Caught. Tony off and running. Malachi Tony. He doesn't lose foot races. 4th down touchdown as the Canes stretch the lead from 40.
The Canes keep their pursuit for an ACC and national championship in splendid shape, cruising past Florida State 28-22. The Noles outscored the Canes 19-0 in the fourth quarter to make the score respectable, but this one was never in doubt.
You know what they are? They're an NFL team. Do you remember when Matt Leinart was USC and they looked so much like an NFL team, JJ? Remember how NFL, they just looked like an NFL. The quarterback looked like an NFL guy. The
trenches.
The trenches.
My God.
Miami's an NFL team. I mean, they look like that's Carson Palmer, Matt Leinart, USC to me. That's the comparison.
Yeah, great call. Hard to argue. Miami moved up a spot to number 2 in the poll, while FSU dropped 7 spots to 25. Let's get it to Cincinnati.
Trying to melt this clock down. Sorsby wants it now. Has a man and is hauled in. Caleb Goody racing to the end zone. 82 yards.
The unranked Bearcats hold off number 14 Iowa State 38-30. Cincinnati jumped out to a 17-0 lead after the first quarter. The Cyclones fell 8 spots to 22, while Cincinnati remains unranked, but is the top school and also receiving votes.
Did the Bearcats just make the rewind?
The Bearcats
can you imagine
are
what a
dangerous
Can
football
you imagine
team.
what a big day that'll be on that campus when they find that
That's
out?
right.
The Bearcats made the rewind.
They did.
That's all I got to say.
We don't often go to that hotbed, but we often go to this one. We will close things out in Tuscaloosa.
Pavia pulls it down. They yank the ball out. It's free. Inside the 10. Justin Jefferson pulled it out. A huge turnover.
10th-ranked Alabama gets revenge for last year's loss, beating 16th-ranked Vanderbilt 30-14. Tide quarterback Ty Simpson threw for 340 yards and 2 touchdowns. Alabama rose 2 spots to number 8, while the Commodores fell 4 spots to 20.
I'll tell you this, Alabama's good. Give FSU credit for whipping them, but I think Alabama's got a pretty good team. But I will tell you, keep an eye on those Vanderbilt Commodores. They got to play LSU after an off week. Then they've got to play Missouri. Then they've got to go to Texas. So they got a tough schedule. I mean, it's a really tough schedule. They close, obviously, at Tennessee. But I think Vanderbilt's pretty good. I think they're legitimately pretty good. They're going to hang around in these games. They hung around in that one. They'll hang around in others. I really believe that.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be fun, and that is going to do it for the rewind. But we're not done. We've got a couple of tickets to give away. Our good friends at the Farm at Okefenokee having that fantastic dinner October 18th. Jeff and his wife Ann, huge Jaguar fans, by the way. Jeff sent me the menu for what they're going to have. It is spectacular. This is first class all the way around. Congaree and Penn, of course, is their catering partner in it. But OkieFarm.com is where you can learn more about this fantastic property, where you can buy a cabin. Frank's been talking about it for a while, but they have these dinner events as well, and you can't get tickets. But we are going to give away a pair of tickets right now to this event, October 18th. Again, the Farm at Okefenokee, an hour north of here in Folkston, Georgia. You've got to check it out. You're going to love it. Let's take caller number
2.
Let's
caller number 2. Call 641-1010, and you're going to the farm, and you're going to have that dinner, and you're going to love the food. I can promise you that. We'll take a break. We'll wrap the program after this.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
NFL Week 6 beginning Thursday night. The Eagles taking on the New York Giants at MetLife Stadium. Giants at 1-4. They are under rookie quarterback Jackson Dart. Eagles coming off a home loss to Denver. Philadelphia's won 7 of the last 8 meetings against New York. They're a 6.5-point road favorite, minus 125 against the spread. The Giants are plus 105, getting the 6.5 points. On the money line, Philadelphia minus 380. The Giants plus 290. Over-under is at 40.5. Another international game Sunday. The Broncos face the New York Jets in London. Denver at 3-2, and they're a 7.5-point favorite over the winless Jets, who are 0-5.
Cash back for every bet with a G-Bank Signature Visa card. VSIN.com/GBank.
I'm Tony Desiri with your Visa in Action update on 1010XL.
Hey, it's Frank Frangie. Business owners, listen up. If your plumbing or AC company keeps giving you the runaround, it's time to cut them loose. Call my friends at Duck Duck Rooter. They already partner with some of the biggest commercial operations in Northeast Florida, like the Jaguars and station operations. Their office team makes invoicing a breeze, and their field techs, top-notch pros. Make the switch today. Duck Duck Rooter, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Call 904-862-6769. 904-862-6769. Tell them Frank sent you.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through October 31st. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com.
Frank Frangie here. These days, it's hard to know which companies to trust. But when it comes to banking, I trust South State Bank. South State truly values its customers, and they work hard to create meaningful, lasting relationships. I love going into my local branch. I see the same smiling faces I've seen for years. South State is the largest bank headquartered in Florida, so they're able to offer all the banking services you need. You can trust South State Bank. Banking forward. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I love my propane company. They always answer when I call and give me great prices and fast service. Said no one ever.
Until now. Need propane for your home or business? Seabreeze Propane is bringing the propane as North Florida's new local propane provider. Visit SeabreezeLP.com.
Seabreeze Propane. We make propane cool, brother. Oh, yeah.
Don't ghost your carpet this fall. Hicken here. Right now, you can get your entire home zero-resified from Jacksonville's Ultimate Carpet Cleaner and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $139 plus a free haul for Halloween. Get it? There's something scarier than ghosts and goblins hiding in your home. It's in your air ducts. This month, take 50% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning. Schedule your appointment at ZeroResJacksonville.com. Ask for the 1010XL special. Zero Res, spelled backwards or forwards, it spells the same. Zero Res.
Zero Res. Bring your marketing to the next level with 3D Digital, your local video production and digital marketing agency that specializes in ensuring your brand story is seen, heard, and remembered. Our award-winning team creates professional content that will be launched across multiple platforms to precisely target your audience. Call us at 904-712-4004 or visit 3ddigital.com to define, design, and deliver exceptional results for your business.
Jacksonville's building a fence along the goal line. This is the Superior Fence and Rail Defensive Player of the Game. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
Devin Lloyd was masterful in the Sunshine State versus Kansas City. The Jacksonville linebacker tallied 2 tackles on Monday night to go along with an interception, which he'd returned for a touchdown. He was the kid with his act down pat. Number 0 was yet again a hero, and he's your Superior Fence and Rail's defensive player of the game.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then, strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, Superior Fence and Rail
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. 1010
Take.
The 1010 Take is brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck, duckduckrooter.com. Here's what I will tell you to the rest of the NFL. If Trevor Lawrence has figured it out, look out. If that piece is now in play, and I think that it is, I'm a big Trevor fan. Trevor made like Mahomes last night. He beat him head-to-head. He made Mahomes like plays by running. He made Mahomes like plays by making first downs with his feet, by making big throws when you had to make them. If the light has gone on once in front, I say the light's gone on. The light's gone on before. But if Trevor Lawrence is now about to find that elite level of consistency, look out. Because the offensive line's obviously good. The receivers are obviously good. We're not talking about Brian Thomas Jr. dropping anymore. The defense under Anthony Campanile is good, and they're going to get Trayvon Walker and others back. If Trevor Lawrence is what he looked like last night, I'll say this to the rest of the NFL, and I mean it very sincerely, look out, and that's the 10-10 take.
Yeah, I think it's a good call, and again, this is going to be an interesting matchup Sunday. You know, as we start to peek ahead to Seattle, Sam Darnold is playing really good football. He's third in the NFL in passer rating at 114.8 right now, 73.1% completion percentage, 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But I just can't get out of my head how bad he was here last year. Now, the Vikings won the game. It was, 12-9 or something like that? It was one of the worst football games you'll ever watch. But this is another big-time quarterback matchup for Trevor Lawrence because the way Darnold is playing and the way that the connection he has with Jackson Smith and Jigba, the Jaguars are going to have to put up points to beat Seattle Sunday. Seattle is a very good team coming in here. And Trevor Lawrence, again, you couldn't ask for a better confidence boost than to beat Patrick Mahomes, make the game-winning play, not just one of the best throws he's made in the NFL, but then you run it in for the game-winning touchdown when a lot of players might have panicked in that situation. So the confidence Trevor Lawrence has to take out of last night is immeasurable, but it's going to need to be because this, to me, is a much more difficult game, Seattle at 1, than I think a lot of people realize.
Yeah, and I agree with you. On many fronts, not just the fact that Seattle's pretty good, but also the fact that the Jags, if you're human at all, you have to consider there's a letdown in play. I mean, these are human beings. No matter how much you say you should always be ready, you only play 17 games, they're human beings. And they're flying high right now, and there's an emotional component here. So you do have to guard against that. It's as old as time. We all know that. That fear is as old as time. So we'll see what winds up happening. But I'm excited about it. Tomorrow I'm going to get into the Gators. We're going to get into the hot seat. The hot seat. How does this affect the hot seat? How does winning or losing against A&M? Why did they win? And I want to. That's a deep dive for us tomorrow. Obviously, it looked like a totally different Florida team. Florida State certainly battled to come back. But Miami rolled them. I mean, Miami kind of almost conservatively let them come back, but Miami was way better. I didn't see that coming. By the way, let me just tell you this, too, before we say a little Rick Ballou. JJ and Hayes, I want to tell this both to you. I hate to insult you because I like you guys. You guys were lousy pickers. You're both 3-5. Did you know that?
It was a bad
Did
week.
you know you're both 3-5?
I did, but
Okay.
my Bucks.
Okay,
I mean, I saw I made a game picker up or something.
Well, let me just say, I'm embarrassed for you.
Yeah.
Because you were both 3-5 yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know how you keep your radio card. Okay. I tossed a sweet 1-7.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
no way.
And let me be clear about this, okay? Let me be clear. That's not 1-7 against the spread, okay? That's 1-7 straight up. To miss 7 out of 8 games, you almost have to try. You almost have to. I was 1-7. Thank you, Alabama.
That's
okay?
right.
Roll Alabama. Roll Tide.
Yeah.
Okay? Because that's the only game
Dang.
I was 1-7.
Hayes might be in second now.
And
I think we're tied.
Yeah, we are tied.
Yeah.
So, but I'm just thinking that have we ever had in all the years we've done this anyone hang a goose egg? I don't think so, because I was dangerously close to the goose egg.
You could go for it this week.
It helped. It helped that at least you got your one on Saturday.
Yeah, it did.
There's nothing worse than you're going into Sunday and
Needing
you're
a win.
0-4,
Right, that's right.
And you feel like Keegan Bradley at the Ryder Cup. Like,
exactly
am I going to get a point?
I was dangerously close to the goose egg, and I thought to myself, huh. And again, that's not against the spread. I mean, anybody can go 1-7 against the
So
spread.
we all missed,
I pulled it off straight up.
Yeah, we all missed Florida, Texas. We all missed the money ball with the Jags. It was just one of those weeks for us all.
How about that?
At least you're probably, I don't know, I'm still under 500 for the season.
Yeah.
It's just
but I mean,
really embarrassing.
But I mean, 1-7, that's pretty good work.
So
right
you may
there.
now be. I don't know where your record is
so
now.
anyway,
But
so we'll
I know my overall was under 500 before I went 3-5.
We were not very good, and all of us picked the Chiefs, and all of us deserved to get it wrong.
Yeah, we've got some good games coming up though this week. We've got Alabama, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, Georgia, Auburn, Florida A&M, 49ers, Bucks, Lions, Chiefs, Bears, Commanders, and obviously Seahawks, Jags.
Good list of games, no question about it. Let's say a little Rick Ballou.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Rick, you look good in the new digs. You like the digs?
Oh, yeah.
We got the new digs here. We're set up. Big win for the Jags.
It was a huge win. And again, in my mind, it's a third consecutive week that they win a game they would have lost a year ago. There's really no other way to say it. And they just keep finding ways. And that was amazing. I still can't get over coming back the way that they did. And, you know, I've probably watched the pass that Trevor threw to Thomas Jr. 7 or 8 times. That was absolutely perfect.
One of the best throws he's ever made. Hayes and I talked about it. One of the best throws he's ever made.
I mean, there's only a few people in the world who can make that play.
Yeah.
And then just as important, you know, the 13-yarder to the other side of the field.
To De'Ami Brown.
To Brown. So, you know, I'm just so happy for the Jaguar fans. And it just feels like this team, man, they don't know how to play a complete game. And that's what's just amazing about this is that, you know, they're going to get better offensively. If you look at Thomas Jr. and Hunter, 7 of 9 yesterday for 144 yards. So that's season highs for both Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter. You get the feeling that that's really going to have to continue to grow if they're going to consistently still win. So that's very promising last night that those wide receivers really got involved.
Yeah, Travis Hunter made another one of those Travis Hunter moves, and I can tell you, as I hoped, the Brian Thomas Jr. drop stuff is kind of going away, and that story's faded, and it needed to fade. What are we doing?
How about this? 14 drops in the first 3 games, 1 drop in the last 2 games.
Yeah. So again, thankfully I didn't know the number. That's a great number. The story's going on. What's coming up tonight?
The NHL drops the puck tonight. I'm gonna have a full breakdown.
Question.
Listen, we're gonna start in Edmonton.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go all the way out to Seattle. If you don't know, they have a hockey team now.
Yeah.
The Kraken.
Okay. Well, let me. Are we gonna talk about Patty Bergeron?
Yeah.
Is he still playing?
This will be year 3 without Patty.
Oh, he's not playing anymore.
He's retired. No, we will.
I had it when I said it. I had a hunch he may not be around anymore.
We're gonna relive last night and just a great weekend in college football as well. So it's all coming up.
All right, Rick Ballou, he goes into the night. That is right now. That'll do it for our program tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel, 4 to 6 for Hayes, JJ, and me. For Hayes and JJ, I'm Frank Frangie. So long.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Hi, I'm Amber Frangie. You know that other Frangie? Well, he's my dad. But I'm here to tell you about how much I appreciate the Awaken 180 weight loss program and how it's changed my life. Like a lot of folks, I let myself go a little. Not proud of that, but it happens. And I wasn't sure what to do. I've tried a lot of other weight loss programs, but they just didn't work. Not like Awaken 180. Can you believe I've lost 70 pounds in less than 4 months? With Awaken 180, there's no medication,